Uh, Guys, we're going live. We'll start the recording. Uh, we are expecting Justin as well. Justin perhaps will come just in time, uh, hopefully. All right. I think we can begin. It's time. Uh, good morning. Good morning, Brian, and good morning, Patricia. Uh, we are really thankful for you to come over on this panel. I would like to introduce Patricia. Patricia is a co-founder and marketing director at Ibiza Byjobs Corp. She's a BA in communication from Florida University. She's the director of marketing at events at Techno US. She's highly skilled and a marketing professional. Her area of strengths include planning, execution of product information, online advertisement. Welcome, Patricia. Thank you so much for coming over this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Brian. Brian is a CBD guy. He is the founder and CEO of Zyme Medicinals, um, CBD and hemp products. He has a bachelor's in science in computer information technology from Southern NH University, and he has been in the sales and marketing for over a decade. And he has worked in Fortune 100 companies in the past, and he has specialized in internet marketing, web development, and e-commerce optimization. Guys, thank you very much for coming over. It's a fabulous to host you. My name is Amit. I'm a co-founder of a company called Enalito. Enalito has a Shopify app that helps e-commerce companies in solving a lot of problems relating to marketing. So we have a marketing, email marketing campaigns system in Enalito. We also help e-commerce companies in SMS marketing. We help e-commerce companies in analytics, solving a lot of problems related to optimization of inventory and sales, a lot of data analytics, a lot of product and customer segmentation. So our app is on Shopify and BigCommerce, Magento WooCommerce, and we are rated 5-star app on the Shopify platform. That's me. I would like to jump to Brian first. Brian, thank you so much for coming over this morning. Tell us something more about your business and what differentiates you from other CBD players in the market.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. So the company was founded 2017 after my wife was suffering with chronic Lyme disease symptoms, and nothing seemed to be really working for her symptoms. And so as a husband and a fixer, I researched different natural products, came across hemp and CBD. So we tried many different brands, some over hundreds of dollars, and nothing really seemed to touch it. I thought, well, maybe it's because of her more chronic severe case. And so I researched hemp strains and extraction techniques and every aspect of creating hemp and CBD oil. And working with partners, created this unique product using ancient techniques called spagyric processing. And that's really what sets us apart. We work directly with organic biodiverse farmers here in the US. So we get the best quality hemp available and using the best extraction techniques, in our opinion, to create the most potent product on the market. So this is not your everyday hemp. This is something for people with chronic cases or something you need a little bit stronger that they've tried other companies and it hasn't worked. So that's really what sets us apart. We're more of the premium price point, but also higher efficacy and better bioavailability as well.
Interesting, Brian. That's nice. Uh, Brian, offline versus online, what's working for you?
Yeah, so we just completed a complete rebrand from logo, packaging, including our website as well. So we moved from WooCommerce to Shopify, and we've employed new techniques. So we moved over to Klaviyo for email marketing, which was a huge huge difference from MailChimp. So that alone, if you're running e-commerce, move over to Klaviyo. It's worth the money with the flows and everything you can do with it. Employing SMS marketing, and really just customization, making it personal for the customers is what I think sets us apart and really what seems to be making a difference.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So, how is Klaviyo helping you personalize your messages or emails?
Yeah, so with the segmentation, so taking a look at not just your list and opens, but segmenting from there. So first-time buyers, repeat buyers, VIP customers, sunset customers, people haven't ordered in a while, setting up flows, email sequences, all those things helped generate about 20% of our sales, which was what our goal was.
Excellent. Wonderful. And online versus offline, what's the distribution of sales
Offline?
and versus online?
No, we're direct to consumer.
Or you're 100% online?
Yep.
Excellent. Wonderful. Way to go. Thank you so much, Brian, for setting up the context for the meeting. Looking forward to speaking to you more in the discussion.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Pat, coming to you, tell us something about your business, the jewelry business that you're in, and what's your why? Why are you doing this business?
Yes, so we've been in business for over almost 11 years now. We started kind of by chance, it was not meant to be. We started designing jewelry, and our motto was kind of to have accessible quality jewelry that isn't tarnished, that is not allergic to skin reaction, and have it be beautiful, affordable, and that any woman could really have it, and have it look luxurious, not spend thousands of dollars on it. So that's basically how we started, and that's pretty much our mission nowadays. We design our own jewelry, and we patent and register our own designs. So that's kind of really what sets us apart from all the jewelry competition that's out there. And we focus on these items, which all of them, or not all of them, but most of them have some religious background to it. So we kind of have a story behind it. So we really go deep into the designs. I know sometimes people think it's just jewelry, but no, all our designs have meaning behind it. So that's pretty much it.
That's a very important thing which you have just said, Patty. Uh, so there are a lot of jewelry products out there, and having a story behind each jewelry, it is also very important, because that story connects you with your customers. I think that's what I've been listening and hearing from a lot of other founders. The story connects you with your customers. So how are you able to narrate your story? What channels do you use to narrate your story authentically with your customers?
So we have two offices, one in Miami and another one in Spain. And these markets are very different from each other. From Miami, we cater mainly to the Latin American market. We're not here in the United States, and they are all very different customers. So we kind of have to focus onto what each section wants. In Latin America, they want very personalized messaging. So we've noticed that over 40% of our retail customers, which is huge, want to have a personalized shopping experience through WhatsApp, through Telegram, etc. So they kind of want to still have the experience of be shopping at a store, but through phones, through chats. So we kind of have to adapt what our Latin American customer wants to the here in the United States, which is mainly website and US and online. It's all very automized. But here in Latin America, it's not like that at all. So we kind of have to cater to each different need depending on the market.
Mm-hmm. And you also are 100% D2C?
No, we do B2B as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that was our main. That's how we started. Over 3 years ago, we rolled into B2C, and it's been a wild ride. But still, our main business, it's still B2B.
Wow. So B2B in jewelry. That's very interesting. How do you go about it? How do you go about getting your business customers?
Uh, well, it's changed a lot over the years. We used to go to a lot of trade shows, but now that completely has completely changed. So now we're all fully online, getting customers. Social media helps us a lot, actually, in fashion. Social media is a big, big player. So we have a strong presence there. Um, but it's also kind of word of mouth. When you get to a different country, when you land in a country and you have one customer there, suddenly out of nowhere other stores start popping up asking questions like, hey, I saw this, I'm interested. And that's how it works. We've also for many years we've been in airports and duty free, so people, there used to be a lot of traffic in the airport, so a lot of people seeing the brand, were like, hey, I passed through this airport and I was wondering how we could carry your brand in my store. But that kind of slowed down with the pandemic, so we've been fully online as of now to get new customers. As a matter of fact, all the brick and mortar stores that we used to work with, most of them have really slowed down on their buying habits. So we've really managed that, and we've done a good job to get new clients that are solely online. So it's been an interesting year. It's been a great year, regardless of what's going on. But we're happy.
Interesting. How are the numbers, Patty? Are you back on your track with pre-COVID numbers, or are you doing better than that?
We're actually doing better than that. Surprisingly, the second quarter was kind of a low for us. We're getting used to what was going on, and we kind of were understanding that this was going to be happening for a while. That we needed to get our act together and start shifting a lot of the projections that we had and things that we had planned for the next 2 quarters. So we went ahead that and did that, and we actually had a very, very successful end of year.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Patty, for the initial context. Thank you so much. Uh, Brian, coming back to you, to your 100% D2C on Shopify. Are you also exploring selling on marketplaces like Amazon?
No, we don't feel like Amazon's the right fit for us. We've had many, many wholesale inquiries. Look, that they sell on Amazon, eBay, things like that. Uh, we feel being a premium brand that it may not be a good fit for us. We are exploring wholesale opportunities now, but we're really selective with the partners that we choose because our product is so unique, and our price point's a little bit different than most. It may take a little bit more explaining why our product's different. We're not luxury by any means, so there's value with the price point of our product. And so some people need to explain what spagyric is, what, more than just full spectrum and things like that. And so you really don't get that on Amazon. But if they're a higher end retailer, so higher end CBD stores, or maybe more small batch marketplaces, things like that, that might be a better fit for us. So we're actually starting to explore that opportunity now. We feel that we are still a small brand, and we want to meet our potential customers where they're at. And so branching out to find other retailers is our next step.
Interesting, interesting. So, Brian, how do you? So, in your business, how big is your team?
I run most of it, and then I have freelancers that I work with.
Mm-hmm. And how long you been doing the business?
I started 2017.
2017. So, what were you focusing on before 2017?
So my wife's a chiropractor. I help run her business side, sales, marketing, operations. We actually switched over in the chiropractic office. We switched over to, we had front end people, and then we switched over to a whole automated system. So with my tech background, we switched everything over to an AI receptionist. It's a text-based receptionist. All calls come in through there. AI handles all scheduling. It's linked to our online scheduling. So we have an online scheduling system where all patients pay, book, cancel, reschedule all online. So it actually helped us because without knowing it, we were like COVID ready before COVID was even a thing. And it really didn't affect our business much in terms of operations. Yes, during the quarantine piece, we did see a dip, but we didn't have to change much of the business model itself during that. Prior to that, I've worked with, again, Fortune 100 companies, direct sales, everything in between, enterprise software sales. So I've been in sales and marketing, 15 years.
Wonderful. Uh, in Shopify, Brian, which ones are your favorite apps and why?
Like I said, Klaviyo integration is really important. As far as apps within Shopify, I think adding upsell, cross-sell opportunities are really important. I think that's really helped driving the business for us as well. So obviously, hemp oils are our major category, but we also offer a hemp salve as well. So it's a good complementary product for muscle and joint pain. And so adding that upsell opportunity has been really good for us.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So, you said you were on WooCommerce before.
Yeah.
Uh, what made you go to WooCommerce and why did you switch?
So I chose WooCommerce in the first place because it's all open source. It had a lot of great options for plugins. There were one-time fees. And with my tech background, I built the entire site myself, all the integrations and everything. And it got me to the point to be able to get to the next level, which was what Shopify was. It's all integrated. And then the team that I had hired, designer and brand manager, both agreed that Shopify was the next step up. So we switched over from that.
Interesting. What's your email list, Brian? How big is the email list?
It's small. That's something that we're working on now
Okay,
to help grow that list.
interesting. And where do you spend most of your marketing dollars, Brian?
Yeah, so the biggest thing with CBD specifically is marketing the opportunities. You're restricted in certain areas. There's certain words you can or cannot say. Images, even testimonials have to be limited. So we've been trying a lot of things. I really like to be innovative. So we actually started to try to do TikTok ads right now. That's the place to go right now for any industry. The views you get, even with the ads, you can't find that type of eyes on it anywhere else. Everybody thinks it's just for like teens or dancing, but it's not. There's everybody from 30 to 60 on up on that app. So that's really what we're focusing on now. And it's been working out well for us.
Interesting. Isn't TikTok banned in the US?
No. So Oracle and Walmart, maybe another brand, ended up buying it, so they continued in the US. So it's not an issue.
Interesting. I haven't heard of TikTok as a marketing channel, but thank you very much for sharing that can be a marketing channel as well. Patty, what's your most favorite marketing channel?
And on Shopify, so my app, oh, my marketing channel,
So like you where you spending most of your dollars on ads? YouTube,
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yes, we're very big on Instagram. You keep in mind that the fashion industry, Instagram and influencers, we do most of our budget goes to influencer marketing. We do really big campaigns with influencers. We do around 3 to 4 big ad campaigns. It's not your typical exchange for product. We do full on campaigns. We do capsule collections with influencers, and we've noticed that has really made a difference for us, um, especially in the B2C market.
Mhm. So Instagram has been working well for you. And Patty, how big is your team?
Ryan is right.
TikTok as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Patty, how big is your team, and what do you focus on in your business? What takes most of your time?
Most of my time is dedicated to working with all these influencers and managing everything that goes behind the scenes, all the photo shoots, that the products are here on time, that all the marketing is done correctly according to their voice and everything, because you have to keep in mind that it's not only the brand speaking, it's not only us. We have to keep in mind the influencers, and sometimes, you need to kind of work together with them, and it takes a lot of time and effort to do so. We are a team of five people here in the United States and another five in Europe, and we do a lot of freelancing. So with freelancers, I would say it would bump up to around 18 people total.
Hmm. Um, so you are in the US or you are in Florida, right?
I am based in Florida, and my partner is based in Spain.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's why the name is Ibiza.
Yes, correct.
A beautiful place in Spain. Uh, so, so which one are your favorite apps, Patty, on Shopify?
I love the Retarget app.
Hmm.
That is one of my favorite apps, just because through the campaigns we noticed that we have a huge amount of people that do not finish their order, and our main business, we leave thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on their shopping cart. So we spend a lot of time and effort going after all these people, and trying to have them finish their order, their purchase.
Hmm. Interesting. So, Patty, are you guys funded or bootstrapped?
No, funded.
Funded. Are you guys profitable or still burning cash?
Profitable. They were profitable.
Profitable. So, where do you see your business going in next 5 years? What do you see yourself doing in next 4 to 5 years?
That is a difficult question. Last year, I was very clear where I wanted to go, but this year, we kind of had to redo everything. We wanted to expand and be in even more airports and more brick and mortar stores, next to really prestigious brands such as Pandora and Alex and Annie, which we already share these spaces with. But this pandemic has completely shifted everything. So we are trying to head into bigger retail spaces that are online, such as Shopbob and Revolve, and all these very big retail spaces that are solely online.
Hmm. Do you also plan to go on Amazon?
We were on Amazon for a long time, but it did not work out for us. It was not that profitable for us. The margins are very low, and we had to do a lot of spend on ad that we were not willing to do here in the United States. When we tried Amazon in Europe, it kind of worked a little better, just because Europe, they're still kind of like in the beginning phases of Amazon. Here is a completely different story. So we did try it out, but we were not happy with the results and all the effort that we have to put into it. So we put it on pause and headed over to different channels that are working really, really well for us.
Interesting. How big is your email list, and how do you do your customer segmentations?
So we do have here in the United States, which is what I manage mostly, we have over 15,000 people on our email list. And we have a very easy segmentation, which is new customers, people that have been buying, that bought for the first time, recurring customers, and then we have a list of VIP customers, what we call, that have bought over 5 times in the past year. And these are people that every time you have a new product, they want to get it. So we have a very specialized marketing, email marketing campaign for them.
What do you use for email marketing campaign?
MailChimp.
MailChimp. Interesting. Thank you so much for the information, Patty. Thank you very much. Um, Brian, since you are a techie and you have done a lot of work yourself, uh, what is that one or two things that you wish should have been there in the Shopify App Store, which are currently missing?
Hmm. Well, it's interesting coming from Woo over to Shopify. the biggest difference that I've noticed, I know it's a different answer to your question, but I think it's something that needs to be pointed out, is that with Woo apps, your plugins, they call them, usually they're just yearly charges. So $200 a year, 150 a year. Sometimes they're even one-time charges. Um, where on Shopify, it's subscription model, right? That's great for the app or the plugin, but on the owner side, it was a huge difference. I mean, I'm chalking up monthly charges, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars more than I would have on a Woo platform. So that was a huge shock to me, not knowing that beforehand. So I think that's something that should be noted.
Okay, interesting. That's nice. Uh, so, and Brian, are you guys funded or bootstrapped?
All bootstrapped by me. Yep. Being an entrepreneur, it's hard to be have a boss. So I don't want to be funded. I have no interest in it. I've gotten offers before, turned them down. I understand that we'll grow slower than if we had an infusion of cash, but I don't like answering to anybody. I can pivot much quicker, make decisions without any other investor having to sign off on that. And I like that freedom. So I'm okay giving up the quicker scale, knowing that I can do it my way.
Interesting. Uh, so coming to that question, so expanding that question, Brian, are you of the philosophy that entrepreneurs like yourself should also try to put their business in autopilot mode and then look at a second business and third business, putting the first one on autopilot?
I don't think you can ever put anything on autopilot. We have the software that can do a lot, but you're always tweaking it, moving it, seeing what's working. You got to put your attention on it. And yes, you can handle a couple of things at once. I always have new ideas, and I'm still managing the chiropractic office as well on the business side. So you can say I run two companies already. But if you split your time too much, everything suffers. And so I think if you're running multiple companies, I think scheduling is crucial. So on these days at these times, I'll be focusing on these tasks for this company, and same thing with the other companies. Scheduling it out, time blocks, that's going to be crucial for time management. But I think it can be done. I mean, obviously, it's being done with Jack, but not everybody can be that.
Interesting. All right. Brian, you also mentioned, so I want to ask you, how do you, so this is like a little dangerous or little unpredictable business, CBD. So how do you educate your customers, your shoppers, that not to misuse it?
Misuse. Well, I don't understand by misuse. So it's not marijuana. So there's no chance of, there's no overdosing on cannabis at all anyway. Has been one case ever. So I think that's a misnomer. But also we're not marijuana. So cannabis is the top, and then you have marijuana, and then you have hemp. So we're on the hemp side. And so there's no issue for that. But as far as dosing, we have created a dosing calculator on our website that people can use. So they put in, just generic things like their weight, their severity of their symptom, things like that, and then the strength, the potency of our product, which one they're choosing, and it kind of gives them a range, an approximate amount of dosing. That way you can start small, work your way up. I think that's really important, is start low. And then evaluate. It's really important to evaluate your body, how you're feeling and the symptom, and then you can dose up from there. And so I get a lot of emails and messages about that. And we recently rolled out a new pet line as well. So people are asking, well, how do I know for my pet? So we created a pet CBD calculator as well as finding your product. So finding the right product. We have 4 potencies that we offer, and I understand that it may be confusing for people of, well, which one do I choose? And so we created a nice flow for people to help decide what product's best for them as well.
Very good. Very interesting. That's nice. So, on the ad side, Brian, what's your ROAS? ROAS?
I really don't like giving that information out, but we're doing pretty well. As far as advertising, we're also looking. We have some influencers that we've tried out. That hasn't really been a big hit for us. We're doing some display, but also retargeting ads as well. So we're doing what we can within the limited constraints that we have in the industry.
Interesting. Interesting. Uh, Coming to you, Patty. Patty, how so that you are doing a lot of advertisements on Instagram, and a lot of people come on your website to buy your products. How do you convert your visitors into your customers?
Um, so for the first time customers, I was telling you at the beginning, we have to tell the story. We do a lot of storytelling through our Instagram, since all of our products have some sort of history behind them. All the materials that we use, either whether they're natural stones, with some healings properties to it. So we always tell a story to the customer. We have a very, very niche customer and very particular. We know who our customer is. So as soon as we talk to them and as soon as we explain and we tell them the story, they pretty much become at least a first time customer. And that's how we manage to stand out in such a complicated industry.
How do you bring your customers back on your store, like, again and again?
We have a lot of new products. We roll out new products every 2 months. So it's one of the ways to have the customers always coming back. We also have a beautiful packaging. So whenever they have gifts to give, they always think of us. We actually have a very, very big program for gifts. So that's mainly how we manage to do so. Hello?
Mitt, you there?
I think his internet is down.
You said you do a lot of influencers. How has that worked out well for you?
Yes, it has really worked out. We started doing since it started in 2012. We've been doing work with influencers. It has changed a lot through the years. But now we kind of found the formula that works for us. There's
That's
a
great.
lot of
You have a lot of long-term influencers, like longer campaign times, things like that.
Yes, that's exactly what we've figured out that works the best for us. A lot
Yeah.
of people want, hey, if you give me one of these, I'll post you, and that has no repercussion at all on sales,
Right.
on growth, on anything. So what we do is we try to keep our influencers with us as long as possible. Let's just close one campaign. We've been working with her for 6 months, and it was an incredible campaign. And we're actually talking about doing another one at the end of the year. So it's kind of like having a marriage with these influencers and having them stay with you a long time and believe in your brand. And those are
Yeah,
the
you
ones that
build
we like best.
relationships with them, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the best way.
Yeah, I'm
Otherwise,
working
you
with
spend a lot of money.
one right now that I'm hoping to make it long term, not just a one and done. So she's creating some content for TikTok specifically, not just on the ad side, but also on the content side. And we think that may be a good direction for us. But we've tried influencers on Instagram, and it just didn't work out for us at all. Um,
There's a lot of fakes also out there.
yeah, I mean, we verified them, did some due diligence, and looked at their interaction rate and things like that, and looked at um, macro influencers and micro and different categories, and seeing if one of those worked better than others. Maybe we should have the right fit yet. Have you done anything like sweepstakes, partnering with other brands?
Yeah, I did that a while ago. I'm not a fan of giveaways. I feel like they're not they will never attract the customer for the right reasons. I feel,
Yeah.
it's purely an exchange. So it's very hard to have them stay there and to really engage once they're there. You have to have an incredible content, and I for me it hasn't worked. So I try to steer away from those unless it's something very um, I do giveaways not to gain followers or anything like that, but just to thank my followers, like, hey, you don't have to
Oh,
do anything,
yeah,
just,
that's nice.
you don't have to do anything. Just say why you like this product and we'll gift it, if you win. And that's pretty
Yeah,
much,
I like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really, I want to create a community with our customers and our followers. I think we're all kind of, especially right now in this novel time that we're in, creating communities and like-minded people and feeling like you're part of something. I think that's
Yeah.
something I really want to grow this year.
Yeah, that's important. That's important. And you can always keep growing, and it's a challenge to always speak to your community in the way that they feel connected. It's a challenge.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So we're working on that. And even getting in front of the camera personally, it's not, my forte, but I think it's important to put a face with a name, and also with education and the knowledge in the industry. There's a lot of, I mean, literally hundreds, if not thousands, of CBD companies out there. And as a consumer, I can only imagine how difficult it is between CBD isolate and broad spectrum and full spectrum and spagyric and nano encapsulation and all these other terms and technologies coming out. I mean, it must be just overwhelming as a consumer. And so education, I think, is really important, just to help educate the community as a whole, and then also help show them the differentiation between us and others.
Yes.
And also helping other people. We get emails all the time about will this help with this or dosing, and then just being there, being accessible for your customers. That's going to make a difference. Treating them as you would want to be treated, not just another customer. We really value every customer that we have, and I think that's missing a lot these days.
Yeah, so do we. And like I said in the beginning, sometimes through WhatsApp and Telegram, it's kind of a big work for us to have someone be answering text messages all day, but it's really the personalized um, uh, a relationship that the customers want. So it's not just any customer just go online and shop. If they want someone to be helping them out, we have someone to help you through text and to send you images of whatever you need. So it's a
Yeah,
long.
when you said that, that was really interesting. That's only in what, South America?
Mainly South America, yeah, because
Yeah.
buying online in South America websites, it's still not, people are not confident because there's a lot of fraud, credit card fraud and stuff like that. So they're still not very keen to shopping online, and especially we ship from Miami. You imagine shipping from Miami all the way to, I don't know, Peru. They're like, well, I want someone to tell me that my package was delivered to DHL and that I will receive it. So they need that.
So all your packages are shipped out of Miami, so even the ones in South America.
Yes, correctly. Yeah.
Ah. Have you thought about doing a warehouse in? What's that?
I'm based in Miami, but my market is Latin America.
Yeah, your partner's down there too, right? You said
In Spain. She's
in
in Europe.
Spain. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what you were saying about being the face of the brand, we started doing that in 2017, and it was a huge difference. So I urge you to do that. I know it's uncomfortable at first, and it's a little, you feel weird, but it really works. So
Yeah. Do you do reels? Do you do lives? TikTok? What's best working for you?
I've been wanting to get into TikTok, but I haven't been able to. I just had a baby 4 months ago, so it's been kind of
Oh,
hard.
congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a little hard to get into that, but I do a lot of stories. It's mainly what I do, and I educate people a lot also, because there's a lot of materials when it comes to jewelry, and I try to teach people, hey, if you like to do exercise, if you like to go in the water and not take your jewelry off, this is the materials that you need. Steer away from these, because these will have, the gold might fade, etc. So I go on to also educate my customers, not only for me, for any other, time that they'll be shopping for jewelry also.
Yeah. Do you do like gems and stones in your jewelry as well?
I do natural stones. I don't do gems. I work a lot with cubic zirconia, and I do stainless steel. I do sterling silver. I do laminate, and I do gold, brass, gold plated. So I do a little of everything. Still not gold,
Yeah,
but
because from a guy's point of view, if I'm buying for my wife or girlfriend or something, we probably don't have a lot of knowledge. And so looking at stories like that and maybe saying, hey, if you're buying something for your woman or partner, um, these are some good tips, or these things that find out what she has in the drawer already, or
yeah,
just something to help them along in the buying process.
design process. Yeah, definitely. And we do that a lot through chat.
Oh,
Also,
you're right. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's
Also,
good.
we have a Telegram. I'm not sure if you guys know what Telegram is.
Well, I've
It's
heard of it. I'm not familiar with it
it's like
too much.
WhatsApp, but the groups that you're allowed to have on Telegram are huge. You can have thousands of people, so you can have your community be in there. So every so often, I share the link to this group, so they kind of feed off of each other. Like, hey, I got this product and it looks amazing, and hey, I've had an amazing result with this necklace. I've been wearing it for, I don't know, a year, and look, still looks beautiful. Blah blah blah. So that community also has helped us a lot, just
So
to
it's like your brand Telegram group, right?
yes, correct.
Yeah. Do you
And we
have
send
Facebook groups?
sales and everything through there as well.
Uh-huh. Do you have a Facebook group for your brand as well?
No, we used to, but not anymore. I feel like my consumer has moved away from Facebook.
Oh, interesting. Yes.
Yeah, we do have a Facebook page. I think we haven't updated it in a while.
Yeah. When you do Instagram, do you already have it automatically forward to your Facebook page?
Yes,
Yeah, that's good. So at least you're getting post updates on
yes, but we don't interact. I mean, I'm pretty sure we don't know what's going on in there right now.
there. Well, you got to figure out what works for you, right? I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I think with Facebook, it's still like older generations. Is your target market, under 40?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
my
you're right.
is 18 to, even no, I would say 40. 40 is a good break point.
Hmm.
Yeah. You have a lot of young people, right?
It's really mixed. A lot of it's interesting. Most of our traffic is 18 to 25, but most of our purchases are 25 to 55.
Okay. That's interesting.
So we thought that maybe with the rebrand that it might attract the younger audience, but I think maybe the price point may have shifted them out. Even though we do have an entry level product, it's only $49.99. But it looks like we haven't reached that market yet. So
Yeah.
that's something interesting that I want to focus on as well and see. And that's why I wanted to get in the TikTok side, maybe the 18 to 25 demographic, will be on that app instead of Facebook or Instagram. Maybe you can reach them as well. But I would definitely want to check out Telegram. Maybe I'll look into that. Maybe it's a new opportunity to reach that
I
market.
mean, it's worked great for us. Like I said, you can have huge amounts of people. It's just like a regular chat, but it
Yeah,
keeps active, and you can answer questions through there. You can send all the sales, all the promotions that you're having through there. So it works.
yeah, yeah. We get messengers, so we get a lot of messenger inquiries, and that way. Again, they're old, a lot of them are older demographic too. So I think that might be a good opportunity for us to reach something new and to help create that community that I'm looking for too. So people can interact with each other and create relationships with each other through that group.
Yeah, definitely. So, I admit.
I'm so good. You guys are doing my job. So I put the webinar on autopilot.
Oh, hey.
Thank you, guys. I think the discussion was indeed very intriguing. I think Telegram is definitely one channel which you should explore, Brian, and all our listeners must explore Telegram. You can have thousands of people in the group, and it's a very convenient method, inexpensive, free, so to say, to market on the channel. So, Patty, you mentioned that your customers are shifting from Facebook to other channels. Uh, do you know why?
Well, no, I really don't know why. I do think it's because, um, like Ryan was saying, an older generation stays on Facebook. Although I don't want to say that like everywhere, because I know that there's certain places, certain countries in Latin America where Instagram is not as huge as it is here in the States or maybe Europe, like it's still gaining a little bit of traction. So there's young people that still use a lot of Facebook, but mainly my main client, which is women from 18 to 38, 40, they are on Instagram and they're very tech savvy and they're into fashion. So I really don't know how the shift occurred, but it did, and it did a while ago. It did maybe like 3-4 years ago.
Mhm. So out of men and women, what's the ratio of people coming on your site? I think it's mostly women, perhaps, but
Oh
you
no, I have 98% women and 2% men. Yeah.
wow. What do you plan to do to bring more men on your site so that they can also buy stuff for their partners?
Well, it's funny that you mention it because I am launching next week a unisex campaign. So that way I'm trying to get some male clients not to buy for their wives, but for themselves. We do regular surveys through social media. I try to every 2 or 3 weeks go on and say, hey, guys, how do you like to shop, through a website or through chat? Or how do you like to have your follow-up being done, through email? So that way it gives me a lot of idea of what my customer is doing. So one of those surveys was, do you buy for yourself or do you shop for others? And I think it was like 83% buy for themselves. So we kind of have to redirect our communication towards that, not towards, because for a long time, before we were doing any of this, we weren't sure, or we weren't really sure who our client was. We thought that people were buying for gifts because their packaging is beautiful. And then we realized, hey, no, the communication has to go this way. People buy for themselves, not to gift. That's a plus. So that's kind of how it's been going.
Interesting, very interesting. That's nice. Uh, I think Brian lost connection.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll wait for him. I think he should join back again. Patty, since you're using Mailchimp, I also wanted the opportunity to tell you something about Enalito and show you a sneak peek of what we do in this entire space, how we are helping e-commerce companies in the US and like yourself in doing a lot of stuff from email marketing to SMS marketing. Can we set up something for next week?
Can I tell you something about next week?
Can I set up a demo for you next week?
Yeah, of course.
Great. Thank you so much. And One more question I want to ask from you is, you are definitely not a big fan of Amazon, especially in the US. So if I ask you, why should somebody sell on Amazon? What would your answer be?
Why would someone should sell on Amazon? I believe you have to have an amazing product. You know, it can't be something that is like anything else, and you have to have a good budget to start with. And it is an amazing platform that gives you a lot of exposure. I believe that, you know, if we were able to make it work, for some reason we weren't able to, I still don't rule Amazon out of our project, out of our future. But you know, we need to, next time we do it, I want to enter being sure of what we're doing and with a long-term project to make sure that we're successful there. But yeah, I believe that anyone that goes into Amazon has a lot to gain because it's a great platform. The thing also, I believe, and maybe I'm ranting a little, uh, it's hard as a small business to compete with the expectation of customer service with companies like Amazon. I cannot do 2-day delivery, free returns, and you know, a warranty for life, and I can't offer any of these things that Amazon does. But the customer, and myself included, you know, it's what I want. It's what I've been used to. So if I can't offer that, maybe I do have to partner up with someone like Amazon, so my clients can get that.
Interesting. That's a great thought. You mentioned that Amazon was working better for you in Europe, perhaps because in Europe Amazon is not the Amazon yet, so they perhaps are more focused towards their little more focused towards their sellers as compared to what they are in the US. In the US, they have a monopoly and they do not really care about sellers too much.
Correct, correct. Um, and like I said, I think Amazon is still sort of saying diapers in Europe. You know, it's they still have a lot to grow, and there's a big opportunity there for any brand. But we kind of had to refocus our efforts, and like I said, focus our money on what's actually working for us right now.
Wonderful, excellent. Welcome back, Brian. Uh,
I got booted. Sorry.
so, Brian, one last question to you before we wrap up. Uh, what advice would you give to people who want to start an e-commerce venture now?
I think it's knowing your why. Um, you know, being in the CBD space specifically, I should have quit 1,000 times already. You know, with you know, merchant processing being denied, shut off, websites, advertising, like every aspect of the business. There's been roadblocks along the way, and no matter what business you're in, you're going to come across those, and you're going to have those "Why am I doing this?" moments. Is this worth it moments, things like that. So you have to have that inspiration within, that deeper desire to push forward even though it's tough. If you don't have that, you won't make it. That's probably the easiest thing, is finding your why, the inspiration, and your passion within for that thing, right? Otherwise it won't last.
Mhm. Interesting. Great. Any final words from you, Patty?
Um, Well, no, I'm very happy to be here to have talked to you guys. I'm gonna look into Clavio thanks to Brian. He spoke
You're
so highly
welcome.
of it that so nothing. I'm very grateful to be here and to keep learning, and whenever you guys need jewelry for your wives, you let me know.
Oh, I'll definitely be checking you out for sure.
Yeah.
Great, wonderful. Nice chatting with both of you guys. Really appreciate your insights which you gave, and thank you so much for sharing your secret sauce. A lot of people in the world can use your methods, your teachings, and can make a difference in their lives. Thanks again
Thank
for
you.
a fabulous conversation. Have a fantastic week ahead.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Brian, you there?
Yeah.
Brian, one request. I know you are a great fan of Klaviyo, but I would want to show you. So we have replaced Klaviyo with 30 clients. The Klaviyo has been replaced by Enalito across the US, and we would like to borrow half an hour from you next week, and would love to show you what we got and how we better Klaviyo.
Okay. Yeah, I think I reached out to you asking if you get, to try your product and whatnot. You guys do SMS too, right?
Yes, SMS, email, analytics, and segmentation of products, segmentation of customers, a lot of other stuff which you would love to see.
Yeah, and it's one thing we didn't get into was Google Analytics. I'm a huge data guy, so diving really deep into analytics, but also A/B testing. We didn't get into that as well, but that's something that's really important for optimizing websites. And we're using Google Optimize. I don't know if you guys have a solution within yours as well or not.
Yes. So we take inputs from Google Analytics. We have a lot more data than Google Analytics. We are doing a lot better job than Klaviyo, and I would love to show you what we got. And since you are a data person, a techie, you would really appreciate what Enalito is capable of doing.
Yeah, again, I'm not married to anything. So I'm open to all possibilities. It's just a lot of time, effort, and money's been put into creating Klaviyo the way we've done it. So I think if I were to move, it would need to be all the transition, the flows, the segmentation of lists, all that would need to be easily moved over to its new solution, since the freelancer I hired specialized in that, and I spent a lot of money getting all that set up. So I'm kind of invested in it, so I don't know how that transition would work.
It's going to be a cakewalk for you. I would like to borrow 45 minutes from you next week.
Yeah, why don't we send an email offline, and we'll set up a time that works, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Thanks for the time. I really appreciate it.
Take care of yourself. See you around.
All right. Take care.
Bye.